Hello, children. Today, the puppy's journey is a little special. The puppy will return home and end its adventure. Let's follow the puppy's journey with me. Saying goodbye to the little cloud family, Puppy continued his journey. This time, the puppy did not dare to run fast or play around anymore. He ran carefully and observed carefully as he went straight on the trail leading into the forest ahead. Hello, brown squirrel. Bai wagged his tail happily when he saw a squirrel scurrying on a tree branch. Brown squirrel stopped, holding an acorn, and chattered a hello back to Bai. Bai was very happy. While Bai was walking, he saw a hedgehog sitting under a gnarled old tree root. The hedgehog looked grumpy and didn't want to play with anyone. Bai said hello and wanted to play with the hedgehog, but couldn't. Bai trotted closer, his tail wagging excitedly. Hello, my name is Bai. Do you want to play with me? But with a whoosh, Hedgehog curled up into a tight ball of sharp spines. Go away. I don't want to play. A sulky voice came from inside the spiky ball. Bai didn't give up. The next day, he found a beautiful, bright red wildflower. Hedgehog, I brought you this flower, Bai said, gently placing the flower on the ground in front of the spiky ball. Hedgehog only peeked one eye open, then mumbled, I don't like flowers, and rolled deeper under the tree roots. The bright red flower was left alone on the green grass. Bai felt a little sad. Sadly, Bai wandered off and met the wise old owl who was perched on a high branch. Bai told the owl his story. After listening, the owl hooted softly, hoo, hoo, and then said kindly, Little Bai, some hearts are like a cold winter. They need the patience and warmth of kindness to melt the ice. Bai thought about the owl's words. He understood that he needed to be more patient. He decided to keep being kind to Hedgehog, no matter what. One afternoon, the sky suddenly turned gray. Dark clouds rolled in, and the wind began to howl, making the trees sway. A big storm was coming. The rain began to fall. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, then it poured down in sheets. Bai quickly ran to the small cave he found to shelter from the rain. Sitting in the cave, looking out, the rain poured down and flowed like a stream. Bai suddenly thought of Hedgehog. Oh no, with such heavy rain, I wonder if Hedgehog is getting wet. Remembering the owl's words about warmth, Bai had an idea. He ran out to the garden and, with all his might, plucked the biggest taro leaf he could find. It was as big as an umbrella. Holding the leaf stem in his mouth, Bai bravely stepped out into the rain. The strong wind tried to snatch the leaf umbrella away, but Bai walked determinedly toward Hedgehog Tree. When he arrived, Bai saw Hedgehog huddled under the tree roots. The rain was still splashing in, leaving him soaked and shivering from the cold. Hedgehog looked so pitiful. Don't be scared, Hedgehog, I'm here, Bai said softly. He carefully tilted the taro leaf, shielding Hedgehog from the cold raindrops. Hedgehog slowly lifted his head. He saw Bai standing over him, even though one of Bai's own shoulders was getting soaked by the rain. For the first time, Hedgehog's eyes were no longer grumpy. Thank you, Bai, Hedgehog whispered. Just then, the rain stopped. A brilliant 7-colored rainbow appeared in the sky. Hedgehog smiled, a truly bright smile. Do you still want to play with me? Bai's tail wagged so hard his whole body wiggled. Of course. From that day on, the cheerful puppy and the no longer grumpy hedgehog became the best of friends. And everyone in the forest knew that patience and a warm heart could build the most wonderful friendships. So the puppy has another friend. But anyway, the puppy still has to continue the journey. Goodbye, friend hedgehog. The puppy continues on the road. After many long journeys, the puppy suddenly missed home terribly. Missed his parents, his cozy bed, and all the delicious meals his mom cooked. It's time to go home. Told himself and eagerly set off. The path home was very familiar. Happily whistled as he walked, greeting the flowers along the way. The peaceful and warm forest seemed to welcome him back with open arms. Suddenly, stopped. His ears perked up, listening. It seemed there was a faint cry coming from somewhere in the dense forest. Someone's in trouble, thought to himself, and immediately ran towards the sound. Following the sound, found a deep pit cleverly covered with leaves. At the bottom of the pit, a large deer was trying to get out, but couldn't. Seeing the deer looked up with pleading eyes. The pit was too deep for to help alone. "Don't worry, Mr. Deer, I'll go get my friends to help." Called down, then ran as fast as he could into the deep forest. Found his two best friends, Mischievous Monkey and Plump Bear. After hearing Bai's story, they both agreed to go rescue the deer immediately without hesitation. The group returned to the pit. Mischievous Monkey nimbly climbed a high branch, took a sturdy jungle vine, and lowered it down to the deer. "Hold on tight," the monkey shouted. On the ground, and Plump Bear joined forces, gripping the vine tightly. They both leaned back, pulling with all their might. "1, 2, 3, pull!" Plump Bear shouted. The vine was incredibly heavy. Plump Bear strained, his muscles bulging, but his feet slipped a little on the damp ground. "So heavy! Keep pulling, Plump Bear panted. With one final, determined tug, they both tumbled backward as the deer was pulled over the edge of the pit. The deer staggered to his feet, still trembling but safe. The deer was deeply moved, bowing his head and thanking them profusely. "Thank you all so much. I don't know what I would have done without you." He gently nuzzled Bai's head with his damp nose. After making sure the deer could walk on his own, Bai said goodbye to his friends. "I have to go home now. My parents are waiting." Bai wagged his tail. "Thanks so much, you too." The sun began to set, painting the forest in a warm, orange-gold light. From a distance, Bai could see his familiar little house, with a wisp of white smoke rising from the chimney. Bai's heart filled with joy. Bai shot into the house like an arrow. "Dad, Mom, I'm home." Bai's mother ran from the kitchen, opening her arms to pull him into a tight hug. "My Bai, you're back." That evening, snuggled in his father's warm embrace, Bai recounted his entire adventure. He realized a simple truth: the greatest happiness is bringing goodness to the ones you love. Kindness and friendship were the most precious treasures of any journey. So the puppy had an adventure with many lessons and made many friends. Each of us has adventures in life. Children should always keep the faith and walk with a kind heart, courage, and patience on their journey. The channel will have many interesting stories. Please subscribe, like, and share to follow and learn other valuable lessons. Now I say goodbye and see you again in the next video.